Hi everybody, Jo here again. Lovely to have your company and welcome to another Monday Mindfulness. And I've got my journal here ready. And what we're going to do today is, last Tuesday we created this piece using our lovely gel press, and we're going to add this to our journal. I'm going to put Olivia there, and I'm just going to see if I can find the page. So if you remember, if you didn't watch last Tuesday's, it might be worth just popping back and having a look, because what we did was, when we'd used our stencil on the gel press, we actually cleaned our stencil in the journal, and that's what I'm thinking will make the lovely backdrop to our creation today. So I'm just going to sit down, get myself comfortable. I hope you're nice and comfortable. Got a nice brew, maybe a cheeky biscuit or something. So with my journal, I must admit, I do tend to have my pieces of artwork on one side, and then I tend to decorate the other, as you know how we've been going along. So because my beautiful Olivia is facing this way, I'm thinking of having her on the right hand page, and to be honest, I don't need much else on there, do I? So let's concentrate on what I can do on this other page. And I have a bit of a plan. So what I've actually done, if you'll just bear with me and let me show you, quite often I remember at the beginning telling you that I was going to do some work in a smaller journal as well, for those of you who like the smaller journals. So quite often what I do is have a little play in my small journal and use that as almost a practice for a layout. And it does two things for me. It lets me practice, lets me have a go, because I wanted to add some of my lovely fibre and the dream catcher threads, and I wanted to see if it would be okay and if my journal would still close. Mind you, I love adding inclusions in, and it is. And my glue, it's fabulous. It's the Bittity Boppity glue. So that's just for me, lets me practice at a layout, but also just, so it's wonderful, a small one for practicing. So that gave me a few ideas in my smaller one as to what I was going to do in my larger one. And as you saw, one of the things is I've stamped our Olivia small, and she's facing the opposite way. So what we'll do is we'll do that first. It's really good, the fact that they're facing opposite ways. Just gives me an idea as to which side of my book to put them on. I have to say, I'm really enjoying these journaling sessions with you. I mean, I say journaling, it's, you know, it's just making a book with artwork in, really. But I suppose we have to call it something, don't we? Now again, she's a silhouette, using my VersaFine clay, my Nocturne ink. Just let the ink soak into the page. And there we go. She's stamped beautifully. We'll give her a bit of a blot. And then I'm going to come in with my hill masks. And let's have a look. And we'll come in with that lovely blue colour that we use, the mermaid. And I've got my mermaid brush here. And I'm just going to ground her a little. Again, I'll just dab some ink off the lid. And we'll just do, I'm not going to overthink this. I'll ground her there, and we'll just add a couple of hills. Again, I just want to get some colour onto here. Coming in from the sides. These brushes are fabulous for this. And if I just come in from the sides, look. And then round the top. And again, I'm just flicking inwards. Just a little bit more colour on those corners, just so it's deeper. I just want to match that top a bit deeper. There we go. And we'll just wipe this up. Now, again, you could spritz that and make yourself another background. But I think today you just want to see what I'm doing rather than me do that. So I like that. I think that's my topper. And we'll colour her wings just the same as we did on our original one last week. And I'm thinking that way it keeps that continuity. So we'll go for the same colours. We want the 2 pages to look quite cohesive, as though, you know, they've been made to go together. So we'll do the purple and then this lovely blue. I love this blue. It's quite funny, I can see my pencils. I don't know about you. Obviously the colours I use more are definitely getting shorter. And then in with my brush. And as always, we'll wet the blue first. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. And then into the darker colour, the purple, and just blend it into that blue. Yeah, that's lovely. I'm happy with that. And then what I will do with my fan brush, we'll just have a few little flecks, some little splatters, some faux bleaching. I love this. It wouldn't be me if we didn't have some splats. And I'm going to just wipe up underneath. I don't want that to faux bleach too much. So I'll keep my eye on it, and when I think, oh, a bit more, yeah. Now again, you can pop your heat tool on it if you want. I'm just dabbing it, and I like the look of that. So I'll just grab my white chalk pastel pencil. That was my other white pencil. Oh, here we go. Don't know about you, I try and put things in my tins and sometimes I leave them out. And we'll just add a little bit of highlight to her, just on her shoulder there. This beautiful skirt she's got, look. Just the front of her legs here and her little feet. There we go. Just give her a little bit of shape. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly, bit of tape, and hopefully I've got a piece of black card cut just to mat and layer, and then we can get rid of that. Bit of my BB glue. Again, I like tape and glue. It's my belt and braces. And I'll pop that there, and then that's ready to go in. So I can bring my journal across. And I know I'm going to put that there. And if I just bring this up a little, it's not very easy, is it? Sorry, I do my best. It's just trying to, can you see that? I hope you can. So I'm thinking I'm going to put her here in this bottom corner because I like this here. But I want my mask to continuity, bit of continuity. So I'm going to have to stand up. You'll laugh. And if I put, right, that's there. So let's move her out of the way. And we'll go along here. Just like to do this. It really, really grounds it well. But like I say, you'll know when you're at home and you're like me and you're running out of space. I mean, what we're like us crafters, we're used to working in sort of a little sort of 2-inch piece of workspace anyway, aren't we? So when you get your large journal into play, going right across the page. I won't move my journal for you to see, because you know you'll see it in a minute. Just going to wipe, just got my inky binky. I want to wipe my acetate Hill mask before I put it away. And I'm just going to file that on the floor. And so I think we thought she was going to go about there, didn't we? Now on my small journal, I made some circles with, so this is from the circle, and we quite often use the innies, don't we? Well, I want to use this, and I want to make some, now these are just going to be shapes, one behind her there. So it's not particularly, I'm not making a moon, a sun, I just want some circles. I love the circle from our gel press, from our roll and gel press, and I want that continuity of the circles. So I'm going to have that one there, and let's have one off the page up here, but I want it to be part of this design. And it's all about using what we've got, maybe just in a different way. Now I want 3, so I'm thinking when that goes on there, one down here. So I will show you in a minute. I think you can just see on the side of this, and I'm actually going right circle around there, sort of with the hill. And I know I said I like 3, and I know 3 is a good number, an odd number, but I just need something up in this corner on this side. So I'm going to add just a little snippet of one there. But then that means I do need another one, doesn't it? So let me think. Just what, and I'm literally just going to catch this here. So it won't be a full one, it'll be, and I'm going to put the lid on that. And then you can see how this is looking. And then when I put her here, then I've got these beautiful circles, which I have to say I really love. Just something about them. I do like that. And I think what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of, if you just flick some water in each of them, just to faux bleach it a little, just to add that little bit more of a touch of something a bit different. Oh, she's going to go there. Now, just to add a little bit more continuity, we used our Sacred Spells stamp in the background, if you remember, on our design. So I'll come in with the same stamp, and I'm doing this organically, so that's without the block. And I just want to do, and what's lovely is you don't get the full stamped image. I want this, I love this script, and I just want it to look so that this, it looks like a ready-made background. And you'll find if you do this, you get little bits like this where you just get a tiny bit. And I just love doing this. So if I move this page across, now most of this, as I say, is going to have our design underneath it. So we just want odd little bits of the script to peep through just at the top here. And if we bring her in, I'm thinking there. So you see how for me there's a little gap there, and it'll follow this continuity. I don't want too much, just a little bit there. Let's have a look. Yeah, I like that there. That. Oh, look at this faux bleaching starting to just give those. I don't want to make the background too much. I don't want it to take away from everything else. I'm going to pop the lid on that. And then I think we can add her just going to give that a blot. So let me get some. How's your week going? I know it's Monday, I know it's early in the week, and you know, you probably don't know yourself, but I hope it started well. I think if you get a good start to the week, it's a good sign, isn't it? And I think something like this for me, do you know what, it perks me up. You know, just coming and spending time with you really helps me get ready for that week ahead. Right, now we want her some, oh, there we go, look. That's lovely. So we'll pop her there, and we'll add her big sister on this side. Now, because this is a larger one, I'm just going to turn the corners of my tape. It's quite funny, I'm bobbing up and down here. With my journal, I find it easier to stand up when I'm recording, because just for the space. I'd love to know, how do you manage with your big journals? Are you like me? Do you not have very much space? Or are you lucky? Have you got a lovely big craft table? Now, I don't want this directly in the middle, so I'm just going to offset it. That I have a thing about things being too sort of much in the middle. Like that. So I'm not going to add too much to this now, because I think it would spoil it. It doesn't need an awful lot. What it does need is a little bit of my black pen, and I'm just going to draw around, and again very sketchily. I don't want it to be perfect. I could put the mask back on, but I want it to be quite sketchy. If you're somebody who wants perfect straight lines, you can by all means pop the mask back on and have it perfect. I just really love the sketchiness of this. And round this one, I'm just going to add September 2022. And again, very sketchy. And I'm going to add, I want a sentiment. So I've got my sheets here, look, I adore these. And I love Be Kind. And I think, where are my scissors? So again, little tip on your scissors there. See, oh, there. Oh, you see, I thought you wouldn't be able to see it, but actually you can. Actually, I do like it there. So I can just move it round, you see. But I do like that there. And where's my fine liner just to do my black border? I could have put it on black card. Again, you can mat in there if you want. I just want a nice bit of a bit of that. Now, a couple of things. I need a little bit of glitter. So in with the stickles and on my craft mat. And look for my old water brush, and we'll just paint it on her wings, just to match her big sister. Big Olivia's got it on her wings. And just round here. And you know what, just because we can, we'll add a little bit into those. I just want to mop that up with Mr. Inky. Now, where's my couple of little, very little things? I've got one of these sparkle Poscas, the yellow one here. And because it's mainly sort of blues and greens, I'm just thinking of adding a couple of little yellow. Now, you might want to duck, because I'm going to add some of these and the sparkly splats. And just, if you don't like these, look away now. And I'm just going to add a couple on my original piece. Because do you know what, you can? It doesn't have to be. Look at that. I think they just... Oh, stop. Stop. Remember, walk away. And the last thing we're going to add is this fabulous Dreamcatcher tassel ribbon. Now what I have done is I've made myself a little tassel. I love tassels, and I'm just going to pop this under my little hinge clip there, and that's going to be that side. And then here I'm going to run it along the hillside here. So I just have to decide which one of these beautiful threads. Oh, I like that one. Yeah, I think that one's going to go. So I'm going to have it across there. So the best way I found to do this is just come in with my glue, decide. Now I'm actually going to take it round the picture and to there. You could go, but I didn't want to go across her feet, to be honest. That's what I decided when I did my original one. And then I'm just going to, it dries clear. And it almost just marks. I could have drawn with my black fine liner. We've done that before. But I tried to just do something different on each page. I don't know about you, just add a difference, just experiment a little. And like I say, don't worry, this is white glue, but it dries clear. And you've got wiggle time. Now you could leave that hanging out, but I'm thinking I'm going to cut that off. Let's just glue it back down. Now what I am wondering, this little bit here, I think, you see that we can stop because we've got that lovely circle, but here we've just got this tiny bit here. And again, for that continuity, I think we need a little piece on there. So let's see if, and it's just that little finishing trick that I think it needs that little bit. So use your threads in different ways. And as I say, actually gluing them in the journal, and the colours are just fabulous. But I think it needs a little bow. I'm thinking there. So, do we use the same colour? I mean, look at them. Shall we better use the same colour, hadn't we? It probably won't look right if I don't. So remember to make your bow, your 2 circles, your bunny ears, round. And then let's pull it tight. Right, now let me see. No, actually that doesn't look right, does it? It's too much. So we'll scrap that idea. And again, that's the beauty of your journaling, isn't it? I think it would just, my idea was to put the bow on, but I think with having the tassels over here, I think it would look too much. So there's my lovely page with Olivia, our large, and then there's the opposite page with our small Olivia, our lovely, lovely orbs. Now, if you did want, you could always grab a white Posca or a white gel pen and just add some highlight in your orbs like this. But I've got to be honest, it's better. I've added some my glitter and it's wet, so when it's dry I'm going to come in with my white Posca on there. But apart from that, that's all I'm going to do to these pages, because for me I think they look fabulous as they are. So there's your larger journal, and I'll very quickly remind you, just bring in, for those of you with the smaller journal, there's your pages in there. And that started with cleaning the stencil. So thank you very much for joining me again. And I'm so thrilled to get your lovely comments and to know how many of you have started this lovely journey of doing a journal and that you're really enjoying it. So you take care, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Again, something different tomorrow. Sleep well. Love and hugs from me. Bye for now.